Let's talk about Hamas and the last two videos of hostages that they released and what everyone seems to be missing. The biggest problem in the West and in the international community right now is that people don't understand that Hamas's tactics and them showing suffering is not shown to seek help. It is shown to manipulate perception. Western societies project good faith motives onto bad actors, failing to grasp the fact that Hamas strategically engineers and weaponizes suffering. This is a long-studied phenomenon, how the West responds to emotion in times of war and how military groups or terrorist groups like Hamas exploit that. They exploit the emotional attachment that Western societies have to human life, which Hamas doesn't care about. So we've seen the photos and videos, right? You have Evyatar David digging his own grave and Ron Boslavsky, who is clearly emaciated, suffering, crying out for help, and literally can't get up off the ground. And they are being forced to say certain things that are fueled by Hamas to assist them in their propaganda, basically saying that they're starving because no aid is reaching Gaza. That is the message being implicated by Hamas. And it's like clockwork in the minds of so many people. The narrative just shifted. Social media ran with this idea. Western media started echoing the idea that, oh, the hostages are starving because aid isn't getting into Gaza and therefore Hamas can't get the aid to give to the hostages. But before we even get into that, why don't people stop to ask why now? Why release these videos at this exact moment? Well, it's because it is a strategic move by Hamas. We in the West think in terms of empathy, of good faith in most cases, and of pressuring both sides, but Hamas doesn't play that game. Time and time again, the world has fallen for Hamas's propaganda because we don't, or most people don't, understand their playbook. So I want to break this down again, okay? You have Evyatar David in a tunnel digging his own grave, saying that he is starving because no aid is getting in. But what people don't know is this. We've seen Evyatar before, back in February, where he was already in horrific condition. He was filmed being taken into a Hamas van with another hostage to a hostage exchange. Not to be freed, but to watch other hostages go home. Then Hamas shut the door on them and dragged them back underground. That is psychological torture to those hostages. And they were emaciated at that point, back in February. And in the new video, a Hamas member hands Evyatar food for show, but you can see that Hamas terrorist wrists and his hand. They're full, muscular, not starving. His wrist is bigger than Evyatar's bicep. And if that wasn't enough, we also just saw footage of captured Hamas fighters shirtless, not emaciated, not skeletal, healthy. And then we have testimony from freed hostages saying that Hamas feasted in front of them and bragged about stealing aid. But people continue to fall for Hamas's tricks and tactics because they can't see through it.